lesson, we are dealing with the possible legacy of an action learning experience and the effects on those taking part in it. First of all, we can consider action learning as an environment in which teachers, researchers, students and community partners work together. A joint research of solutions, sharing ideas, desires and expectations, producing new knowledge and strategic thinking with the aim of facing social challenges. All participants are involved in a process of interaction in which they can test their abilities within real situations and gain new critical perceptions of the world in which they live and act. Indeed, the interplaying between diverse learners generates the chance to put different kinds of expertise at stake and redefine them through interaction. In action learning, this interactive process produces different types of results. They can be, of course, tangible outcomes, for example, in terms of actual interventions in a specific social context, but they are also intangible and pertain to the field of capabilities, perceptions and values. But more precisely, let's see how these effects are shaped and who benefits from them. What is the legacy of an action learning experience and for whom? As several scholars observe, an action learning experience is usually assessed by only appreciating its benefits in pedagogical terms. However, being the engagement of social groups and communities a key element in action learning processes, their effect on these participants are as important as the educational ones. Action learning implies a dimension of reciprocity, a mutual recognition of needs, and a responsibility of those who are engaged to critically reflect on benefits for all participants involved. This is a key element for understanding potential impacts on action learning and their implications on both pedagogical and societal sides. Indeed, the engagement in an action learning experience generates a variety of outcomes that on one side affect experts, teachers and students, and on the other side affect communities involved in the process. Concerning experts, teachers and students, action learning gives the opportunity to develop new sensitivities and awareness. Immersion in a real context and the chance to be involved in the complexities of real-life problems is a way, as Nussbaum says, for transforming the classroom in a space without an ongoing solution with the external world, a place where real problems are debated and where knowledge finds its practical application. Such immersion shapes new capabilities and stimulates the development of soft skills, such as teamwork, communication abilities, cognitive and emotional empathy, problem-solving abilities, and so on. These capabilities are complementary to the competencies acquired in the traditional educational practice and become increasingly necessary to face social challenges. Teachers and students experimenting such a learning environment have the opportunity to develop new abilities and new ways of looking at urban and social issues, questioning the social utility of their role both as practitioners and as individuals within a process of civic growth. In pedagogical terms, such outcomes reveal the potential of action learning as a training device for future professionals, more attentive and responsible and able to critically understand social and urban phenomena. According to Schutze, this learning process entails a different critical pedagogy, moving from a banking approach of education that sees the student as a receptacle of knowledge to a problem-posing model. In such a model, there is a constant interplay between consciousness building, analysis and action, simultaneous learning by teachers and students, and a direct link to practical problems of community development. An idea of learning that recalls John Dewey's assertions that both the purpose and the process of education have to be connected to social action. Moreover, action learning experiences are good examples of how teachers and experts can take an important role in the empowerment process of societal actors. Indeed, they take a fundamental part in enabling and legitimizing locally based lay knowledge by supporting those often marginalized parts of civil society and thus promoting a more inclusive and equal city. I will now concentrate on the other side, community partners, for whom action learning produces a positive legacy too. It is important to remind that in the action learning process, the latter are not just passive recipients, but also active agents in shaping their own living environments. Community partners are relevantly involved in co-design and the following implementation. According to Vivel and Brodsky, there are several kinds of knowledge. Social actors own and develop part of them. For instance, they play a crucial role in making understandable specific issues. They are local experts with a specific know-how of their context, and along with teachers, students, and experts, they contribute to create and recreate knowledge. In this process, knowledge is co-produced and is seen as a legacy able to support the empowerment of community and provide tools for its action. Community partners can use this knowledge in order to better understand their living environment and be more aware of the chances to improve their living conditions. Or even more, they can use it to equip themselves with new interventions tools. For instance, the design of a new service or a feasibility study, built together with experts and students as the output of a shared path. An action learning experience and the underlying learning process is an effective tool also for influencing redistribution of power and legitimizing single roles. In fact, local actors acquiring knowledge and new awareness are even more mindful of their ability to affect power relations. For example, they also become more aware of new relationships to be built and networks to be created and tightened. Within an action learning process, community partners develop their social and political capital and feel increasingly recognized and legitimized in their role. In conclusion, action learning entails the assumption of a twofold responsibility towards students and teachers and towards society. In these terms, action learning is not just a constructive experience for teachers and students, but also a precious tool to foster social empowerment through collective learning processes.